Caitlin Clark is changing how to deal with bullies. Some people said she was too bold, too aggressive, and took up too much attention. They whispered that she was all talk. But Caitlin didn't just join the WNBA, she made a huge impact and let her skills speak for themselves. As a rookie, she's not only winning the hearts of fans, but also catching the eye of her toughest critics, with talk of rivalries spreading through the league. Caitlin is proving that the best way to silence haters is by playing better than them. Keep reading to find out how Caitlin Clark is handling her bullies with pure talent and determination. Even though Caitlin Clark is followed by bright lights and loud cheers, her journey in the WNBA hasn't been easy. Since she started playing professionally, Caitlin has faced more than just tough defenders. She's dealt with rough physical contact like shoves, elbows, and full-body hits that are far from fair play. It's clear these actions aren't accidents. They're deliberate and driven by something more than just competition. Jealousy seems to be part of the reason, as her quick rise to fame has overshadowed even the league's top players. Fans fill arenas both home and away just to see her play, while some players who used to be in the spotlight now feel forgotten. This isn't just about fame, it's about visibility and value. With every full game and rising paycheck, the tension increases. Caitlin is changing the league's economy, but the resentment goes deeper than just fame or money. It's also about issues like race and representation. Some players feel that Caitlin, as the media's favorite, might be treated differently. Her teammates and opponents worry that they'll be forgotten as Caitlin's star shines brighter. Some even call her the best basketball player ever, and the fear isn't just about losing games to her, but about being left behind in fans' memories and in the earnings from the sport. However, in a sport where controversy brings attention and attention means money, every shove Caitlin faces and every headline questioning fairness only makes the WNBA more popular and successful. It's a game within the game, where the stakes are as much about controlling the story as they are about winning on the court. But let's focus on the game itself, where Caitlin isn't just playing, she's dominating. Game after game, she deals with her bullies not by talking back, but by playing with skill and calmness. Remember when Breanna Stewart set a tough screen to welcome Caitlin Clark to the WNBA during a game against the New York Liberty? That moment got a lot of attention. Before CC was even picked by the Fever, the famous Diana Taurasi talked to Scott Van Pelt in an interview. She warned that tough challenges were coming.
Look, SVP, reality is coming.
Okay.
There's levels to this thing, and that's just life. We all went through it.
Of course.
And you see it on the NBA side, and you're going to see it on this side, where you look superhuman playing against 18-year-olds, but you're going to come with some grown women that have been playing professional basketball for a long time. Not saying that's not going to translate, because when you're great at what you do, you're just going to get better. But there is going to be a transition period where you're going to have to give yourself some grace as a rookie, and it might take a little bit longer for some people.
Despite everything, Clark has consistently viewed her as a role model and recently shared her admiration directly with her.
I just admired the way she played the game and the fire that she played with, and it's impressive that she's still able to play this game at such a high level and produce like the way she does. Like, it's incredible. I think she's obviously the best scorer our game has ever seen and one of the best players our game has ever seen.
Clark didn't just see Diana Taurasi's cautious words as advice. She took them as a challenge to elevate her game even more. The response she delivered on the court was beyond what anyone, including Taurasi, could have expected. In that high-stakes match, while Taurasi put up 19 points, it was Caitlin who truly stood out. Despite her shooting struggles, hitting only 4 of 14 attempts, Caitlin made her presence felt in other areas. Her playmaking was exceptional with 12 assists, and she dominated the boards with 9 rebounds. Her performance was so impressive that even Taurasi couldn't help but praise her after the game.
The one thing that I really love about her, she loves the game. You can tell she's put the work in. And even, throughout, her short WNBA career, it's been a lot of pressure, a lot of things thrown at her. And, she keeps showing up and keeps getting better every single game. So her future is super bright, and being a veteran and being in this league for a long, long time, it's pretty cool to see that and, going into the future.
Even though 22 faces pressure all the time, she handles it like someone much older. The next part of the saga is about Lexi Brown from the Los Angeles Sparks. When Lexi found out about Ice Cube's big offer to Caitlin Clark, she was shocked and upset. As a player making just over $80,000 this season, Brown felt this NBA-level offer to an NCAA player was unfair to many talented players in her league. Lexi shared her feelings on the Gill podcast, where she talked about her.
You offered the contract to a player who's not yet even in the WNBA. Big three does not happen during overseas season, so that doesn't make sense.
That's true.
And then you pretty much offended all of the European countries that open their doors to us, give us a lot of money, a lot of love, and a lot of experience by calling them dismal and dubious. And there are some very beautiful countries that we have the opportunity to go play in. So, I mean, if you're gonna say that it's for that, then stand on that. But I don't think I think he's trying to make a business decision, which he's a businessman, that makes sense. But to mask it in this, I want to uplift and support WNBA players and women athletes is kind of a cop-out, I think, and I don't think it really makes any sense.
Even though Lexi Brown earned over $300,000 from 6 seasons in the WNBA and playing overseas, her response to Ice Cube's offer to Clark hinted at deeper feelings. When the two finally met on the court, Caitlin was determined to show her worth. With Caitlin leading, the Indiana Fever won their first game of the season in an exciting comeback against the Sparks, turning around an 11-point halftime deficit to win 78-73. Clark played brilliantly, almost getting a triple-double with 11 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, and 4 steals. On the other hand, Brown, who had caused a stir with her comments, had a quieter game, scoring 5 points, grabbing 5 rebounds, and making 3 assists as her team lost. Their second game was even more intense, and although the Fever lost this time, 88-82 to the Sparks, Caitlin Clark's performance was outstanding. She scored 30 points, grabbed 5 rebounds, and made 6 assists. In this game, Lexi Brown might have realized that her earlier comments unintentionally fueled a strong response from Clark, whose actions on the court silenced any critics. This game also reminds us of the well-known foul on Caitlin Clark by Kennedy Carter, which became a hot topic in the basketball world.
I think the thing is, I believe, Miss Carter, you can play hard without playing cheap. Now, if you want to say, well, she threw a elbow or a punch at my head, if you wanted to hip check her and you're trying to block her out for a rebound, I don't think we're having the discussion. But because she was standing there and you go up and you do that, now all eyes are on you. Plus the fact, if people look at your resume, is who you are.
The WNBA is a melting pot of women who compete differently. And I do think when you have an incident that happens with Caitlin Clark, that becomes magnified. But unfortunately, when we talk about Caitlin Clark, who rightfully has brought the lion's share of what we are seeing right now, that notion that Caitlin is constantly acknowledged, it's true. She has brought so much good and growth, and we want to protect that, but not at the expense of people competing.
Carter's foul on Clark was seen by many as too aggressive, but even though it was intense, Caitlin Clark stayed calm.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting it, but I think it's just respond, come down, let your play do the talking. It is what it is. It's a physical game. Go make the free throw and then execute on offense, and I feel like that's kind of what we did.
She and her team barely won with a final score of 71-70, setting up an exciting rematch 2 weeks later. In the last game, Reese had cheered from the sidelines during the foul, but now she was right in the middle of the action. Clark, remembering the last game, came prepared with a different plan. This time, she wasn't going to let any rough plays go without a response. Determined to match the intensity, Clark stayed focused even after Reese fouled her. She continued to show her skills on the court, leading her team to another win. Their victory against the Chicago Sky, with a score of 91-83, was their second win in a row and the first time they had won back-to-back games this season. In this game, Clark was the key player, delivering what many are calling the best performance of her young WNBA career. She scored 23 points, including 3 from beyond the three-point line. But she didn't stop there. She also made 9 assists, grabbed 8 rebounds, and blocked 2 shots. This outstanding performance put her among the top players. From dealing with tough fouls to facing off-court challenges, this young star has shown that true champions are made through hard times. Her ability to turn problems into victories not only proves her critics wrong, but also makes her a role model in women's basketball. Clark isn't just overcoming challenges, she's inspiring a new generation to aim high, no matter what they face. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Stay tuned for more exciting content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.